Meine Damen und Herren, liebe Freunde, ich möchte Sie, der österreichischen Residenz, sehr herzlich begrüßen. Es ist heute ein besonderer Tag, es ist auch besonders schön. Es ist ein besonderer Tag, weil wir heute einen von uns, unter Herrn Präsidenten Roland Pirker, die ihm vom Herrn Bundespräsidenten verliehene hohe Auszeichnung, das Goldene Ehrenzeichen in Gold, überreichen können. Es wäre wahrscheinlich, es würde zu weit führen, wenn wir hier alle Verdienste des Roland Pirker aufführen würden. Wir brauchen wahrscheinlich einen ganzen Abend und einen Nachmittag auch noch. Ich bin ja erst hier seit Jänner, aber selbst in dieser kurzen Zeit, da ich hier in der Botschaft bin, ist der Name Pirker bereits zu einem Begriff geworden. Das war schon bevor ich überhaupt nach Ottawa kam. Das ist auch in Wien, kennt man ihn, die Auslandsösterreicher und die Abteilung dort, die schätzen ihn. Wenn man wirklich versucht, ich habe versucht, was hat denn dieser Herr Pirker alles getan? Es ist schwer, das alles irgendwo zu übersehen. Aber es sind wahrscheinlich 3 Punkte, die mir als Außenstehender besonders aufgefallen sind. There is one, and that's the first one, that's Roland Pirker as a filmmaker. Unfortunately, I'm not a connoisseur enough to really appreciate all what he has done. He is the best. I thought so, because she has won so many awards, and he must have einen Blick, wie Germans will say, für das Schöne und für das Wesentliche. I mean, that's already a great gift to have such a blick, such a view, to see the beauty. And but that is not enough. You also have to have this organizational skills. To get out your camera, to have it work at the right time, get it on a film. So that's not easy. And Roland has done both, and we still hope that he will do great feats, and I have some project in mind, which I will tell you afterwards. And maybe that's because you have to look to the future too, you not get a medal for nothing. It's always to be a bit an incentive to do more. I think the second area where I would like to stress is Roland Pirker as a father and as a sort of a president of the Austrian Canadian Society in Ottawa. Ist es, diese paar Male, wo ich ihn in Aktion gesehen habe, ist wirklich irgendwo so wie ein Hausvater für seine Österreicher hier in Ottawa. Und es ist wirklich berührend zu sehen, wie er sich um unsere Gemeinschaft hier kümmert. Und das tut er jetzt nicht erst seit ich da bin, sondern schon seit almost 10 years or even longer. And the third, I think, area which I think he does great things is where he is as an organizer, fundraiser, politician. As you know, he has been the founding member of ACC. He has been a helper when we founded this Austrian society, the Austrian Institute in Alberta, in Edmonton. And there's hardly any Austro-Canadian activity where Roland Pirker hasn't been involved one way or the other. He's fundraising for SOS, fundraising for ACC, trying to help out clubs all over Canada. And he's also active in the Weltbund for the Austrians in Vienna, and I think gives his contribution, and they very much appreciate what he has done. And as you might know, I think I just barely had arrived when he approached me with a new project. He said, well, shouldn't we have an Austrian summit here in Ottawa in May 2005? Because, as you know, that it will be a special date for us. We celebrate 40 years Austrian Society Ottawa, 10 years ACC, 50 years Austrian State Treaty, Staatsvertrag, 10 years our EU membership. And strangely enough, and we found only out recently, also 150 years Austro-Canadian relations. But he hasn't done so. He hasn't been around since, I must say. It's good. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I 5th anniversary with my Viennese wife.
That's next year. So, yeah, we celebrate it all in one.
We'll see.
So next year will be an important year, and we have this Austro-Canadian Summit, which Mr. Pirker will organize with an organizing committee, I think with the president of the ACC and Mr. Wislerchill, and we have already a little committee, and we have already started planning. And I think it will be a great event. And that's what Roland Pirker is all about. He is the backbone and the motor of our society here in Ottawa. So I think the medal is really well deserved. And that is now my honor to present you with the medals the federal president has awarded to you, which is a Große Ehrenzeichen Gold. And for Brauneder, we'll put it on you. I think it's a very nice medal and a very high one, and I hope you like it. And we just pin it on you here.
Thank you.
Because it looks, well, yeah, I'll hurry.
No. Wow. Oh.
No.
It's an applicant of the bravo.
And again,
Tiger is this the mirror. You're computed to 55 seven. He's weather. Yeah, so does it. Come on, no, but Chris, back it. Not a lot. Back up. That's the. Can we burst out with the link?
the director psychology of Italia.
Well, I have taken the liberty to write it down because I'm not a politician. I'm not a diplomat, so I'm a filmmaker, so I want to stay to the script. So I thought, if you permit me, I'd like to follow this. I'm very humbled and honored to have received this award today. I know there are people in this crowd that probably deserve this honor more than I do, especially when I think I get decorated for something that I love doing. Therefore, I'd like to pay tribute to my parents and my grandparents and those that have contributed immensely to this award. First, I'd like to thank my wife, Burgi, who has put up with me for 38 years, and my often grouchy behavior when things didn't go right. Yes, the last 30 years or so weren't always easy. Fitting volunteer work into one's hectic life, our lifestyle is sometimes quite a juggling act. Who says that charity work or volunteer work is easy? My wife, Burgi, has been my pillar in my life and has done as much volunteer work as I have. And I also would like to thank my two children, Rebecca and Rolando, for not only supporting me on many, many occasions. At the time when they did it, they maybe did not truly understand the meaning of volunteer work. But however, a little arm-twisting diplomacy hasn't hurt them. I also would like to mention I also would like to mention my mother, Ella, and my grandmother, Julita. Both were guiding hands as I grew up in a small city of Friesach in Kärnten. They taught me how to deal with people and to stay humble. On our farm, where we also maintained a Gasthaus, country pub, in other words. People came from all walks of life to eat and drink. There, these two women showed me that people, no matter where they came from or what job they did, they should be given the same respect. My mother and my grandmother's example have served me well as I traveled the globe as a filmmaker to places where few Westerners maybe have visited. From the Eskimos in Alaska to the Ismailis in northern Pakistan to the Zulus in southern Africa, I worked with many different race and ethnic groups and religions. I've never had a problem because I gave them the respect they deserve. My motto, to give respect, get respect, has served me well. However, my life experiences, this has taught me more than just to respect people. I heard enough stories from the customers that came to our guest house that during the tough times of World War II, my grandmother had traveled to the train station in Friesach on a horse and buggy with large pots of food for the traveling soldiers, and she helped fed people who came hungry to our farm, and she would not turn anyone away. I remember on one occasion, I was approximately 7 years old, when my father and I were sent to the city of Friesach a couple of days before Christmas with our only transportation, a horse-drawn sled, to take food and gifts to the poor and underprivileged people in an old folks' home. As long as I live, I will never forget the tears of joy from these needy people, almost forgotten people. Yes, during these early years in my life, I was influenced by these two great women who also helped those unfortunate beings who needed help most. Therefore, I feel, well, actually, I'm not going to go into this. I just wanted to explain why I have gotten this award, and I feel that I haven't done enough. When I look back at my 30 years of volunteer work in Canada, it was all worth it. It was not only gratifying that money could not pay, it was a personal satisfaction. Permit me also to clear something up. I've often been asked whether I was independently wealthy or nuts. I'm sorry to tell you, I'm not neither. I have only a problem. I cannot say no. This recognition is truly not for me alone, but for my three important women in my life, my grandmother Yolita and my mother Ella and my wife Purgi. Your Excellency, I thank you very much for having given me this award today, for your lovely wife to have opened her home to us, and for you, friends, for coming. Thank you for making this special day. Thank you.
Please feel free to keep eyes open and to things to tell if the food is inside too, so let's go inside past, take the place. Villa Ditz, congratulate everyone.
Yeah. Good. Everybody look at people, children saying,
Thank you through years tonight.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
See you, Bobby. What a good shot in the shirt, friend.
It's just a way. Thank you.
What a perfect day. You know, it's amazing. But I hope your back gets better. My your officer, so and just thanks for coming. You did really well. Well, amazing that your back goes out. You know, it's amazing.
Good. They're financially ill. After us, that's so early that they tried me to say like this person.
Thank you.